Hello, everyone, and welcome to the knockout of the World Simulation Football Classic, the international tournament of the SSL. I am Canadice, and I will be commentating, recording, simming these quarterfinal games that we have in front of us today. We will see a knockout game or a single elimination knockout game in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals in these 3 days we have in front of us, culminating with the finals on New Year's Eve. A couple of exciting matchups. We had the group stage finishing off last week, and we got some interesting teams advancing. For instance, the Americas, who advanced without scoring a single goal in their 2 group stage games. They will be taking on Canada, the top scoring team from the group stage. So that will be an interesting matchup for sure. But we are let's see here. I'm doing stuff in Football Manager at the same time as I'm commentating, so there might be um, some delays here. I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing the correct things. We have 4 games in front of us today that we're going to get through. We have Africa taking on the North Sea. We have Asiania versus Walland or Cymru a Lloegr, uh, Wales and England. We have the Baltic Commonwealth taking on the United States. And then finally, we have Canada taking the Americas. Not sure exactly which order Football Manager is going to provide us with these games, but let's just write in. Please want me to select the teams for every single matchup now at the same time. Let us see what we'll get. We have starting up. Teams are warming up. The first game is Asiania versus Walland, or Asiania versus England and Wales. Asiana won their. No, they did not win. They came in second in the group stage. In group, get the screenshot I had. There we go. They got second, came second in Group A, while Walland actually managed to win Group C against the North Sea and the Dutch Deutsch Federation. So Walland coming in here as from the group stage at least, favorites matchup. But let's see what will happen. Do correctly. Now we can see the game as well. Teams are lining up similarly to what they have done in the group stage. We have Walland basically putting in 7 defenders in their tactics, while Asiania comes in with more reasonable 4-2-3-1 formation. Get all of the stats here correctly. Walland, even though they have 7 defenders, managed to actually get a couple of goals. The inverted wingbacks of Letizier and Jeeves getting into the offensive side of the pitch and creating some scoring chances. But as we see here, we have Asiana coming in with Liang Kuai driving the ball on the left-hand side. And Wang Jiao trying a shot going above the keeper Anderson. The Walland net. Gianni with the first corner of the game. Headed away by Dives In a Lot. Vince gets the ball back on the right-hand side. Maximiliano passes it in to Martinez, a 2-goal scorer from the group stage, to a rushing Kaido, but Anderson is there to get the save. Then kicks it up. Henshaw, who finds Smallwood with a bunch of space. Smallwood and Sarantzatral gets the save, comes out and covers the angle from Smallwood. Leticia with the corner, and Sarantzatral again proving he is a safe goalkeeper. Ball. Maximiliano tries a through ball, but Anderson is there to cover that. Trying to look for some options. Finds Penshaw, heads it down to Smallwood again. Smallwood tries a shot, but Shihao is blocking that one. Yang Kwai with the long ball to a rushing or to somewhere, but Ledivers picks it up. Anderson again with the long ball to Penshaw. Let's see. Oh, Borat missed the header. Penshaw with the goal. Penshaw with the shot. Beats Sarantzatral, and it's 1-0 Walland. That's another one of those goalkeeper or long goalkeeper goal kicks that we've seen. And another assist for a goalkeeper in this tournament. And Penshaw with the curve just to get it out of the reach of Sarantzatral in the Asiania net. You don't need that many forwards if you have Penshaw up top, as we can see, and Walland has taken the lead. The 15th minute. Gianna again, finding Martinez in space, finding Aloisi. Aloisi comes in and Anderson saves for a corner. Vince. Corner and Dives In a Lot is there to just head it away. Safe header away from Martinez. Get some space. Passing it back to Borat and Valor. Kaido with some space. Maximiliano. How? Ijiane really trying to keep possession and trying to find Kaido with some space. Anderson with the save. And Jeeves with a dangerous pass right back to Anderson there. But the clearing made sure to get the ball away. Ijiane is trying to find these open lanes as they do here with Aloisi, and Anderson makes another save. Anderson has really had to put up a great effort now in the first half here. Great chances from Asiania, but Anderson still holds on and Dives In a Lot again, heads that corner away. Asiania retains possession. Aloisi, Yang Kwai, Maximiliano, and Dives In a Lot again with the clearance. There we go. Now we also have audio from Football Manager. The sound settings. Correct. As Jeeves gets the ball in space, Sarantzatral gets the save there and pushes it out for a corner. Gerard taking the corner. Lots of people in the box here, but Borat is head back to that. Sinulog picks it up. Passes it back to Letizier, and the highlight is over. Giannia with the goal kick. They need to try and build something here from the back. They've been very patient in the build-up. They've been trying to find these areas of open space behind the defenders, as Aloisi gets some space and tries a shot cross. It's quite difficult to find these spaces behind the 7 defenders of Walland, but Giannia has certainly had their chances, and Anderson has stood on his head for more than once. As Liang Kwai gets the ball and shoots and scores. It's a tie game. As I just mentioned, these open spaces, Liang Kwai gets away from the defender, finds the space, and just freezes Anderson in the Walland net. And puts it in. And the ball left corner. Great composure there from Liang Kwai to wait out Anderson and just completely fool which way the shot was going to go. Oh, what was that? It was a goal. Aloisi trying to get a drink, but no. Aloisi with the great shot from the top of the box. Anderson just trying to reach it, but Aloisi picks his spot. The commentator's curse, it seems, has happened again. Has a very tight offside there, but dives in a lot. It's just inches towards his own goal to break Aloisi free there. Anderson has made some great saves and then conceded 2 in short fashion. As Aloisi comes in again, and it's off the crossbar. Anderson just got enough on it to push it off the crossbar. It's Giannia again. Wins, but loses it to Penshaw. Penshaw trying to run up, but gets outrun by Martinez. Maximiliano to Liang Kwai, finding Aloisi in space, but there Norris gets the block. Clearance to Borat. Wins. Finds Liang Kwai. Martinez with a long shot, and Anderson just blocks it out. Bit of a hard shot there to get Anderson's hands on it, but it's a corner. Wins, and Wright too dives in a lot. He's been dominant in the air here from the corners. Liang Kwai gets the back, and Penshaw with the tackle. Ref says that got the ball. Out for a throw-in. Giannia keeps possession and just gets it to Greer, so they lose possession. The clearance is right back to Valor, right back to Giannia, who starts to build up again. To Ryan, to Martinez. Liang Kwai. Through ball to Aloisi, and Norris didn't want to touch that ball, but Anderson just blocks the shot from Aloisi there. Holland has the ball in the offensive half. Gerard with the cross. Penshaw heads it just above the net. But Ancestral was certain that was going above and over. And we're at half-time. Giannia having most of possession, 61% of the possession. Definitely showing their patience and dominance in the passing, trying to find these open spaces and getting quite a lot of shots on target. 9 compared to Walland's 3. And quite high dangerous chances as well, as we can see here from the shot maps. Best performers Barocca Aloisi with 1 goal and has certainly had their fair share of chances to get more, but Anderson has been taking a lot of the chances up to himself and saving them. So hopefully Anderson can keep up the performance in the second half here, so that Wallen can get a chance to get back into this game. We will actually see a change in Asiania, as we have a goalkeeper change. Ferran Zetral is being subbed out for Dobby Rube, one of the few teams or few federations here in the tournament that have 2 active goalkeepers. So we will see change there. Walland has no substitutes. They will be continuing on with the same formation, hoping to get a chance to test the new goalkeeper, Rube, in net, and maybe get tying goal or even a winning goal here. Asiana starts off the second half once again with the patient build-up. Kaido tries to find Liang Kuai, but dives in a lot is there to intercept the ball. Oh, Jeeves with a rough tackle here on Ryan, but the ref says not a penalty. Gets the clear, but Valor picks it up on Asiania's half. Emiliano in the center, finds Kaido. Some space, tries to find the cross. Ryan gets a shot cross to Liang Kuai, who heads it in to the open net, and it's 3-1 Asiania. Anderson nowhere to be found on that goal, but could not be expected of him to cover that shot. Lots of players in the Wallen box, but Liang Kuai just gets away from Letizier and heads it into the open net. Going to be an uphill battle here for Wallen to get back into it, as Greer and Gerard passes the ball to each other on the left side, dives in a lot, tries to find Jeeves, but just overshoots it and Valor picks it. Once again, we see Asiania's slow, cautious, patient build-up play here. Aloisi, Martinez, Maximiliano, and Aloisi was just not that quite quick. Jeeves with Penshaw gets free, but Rube is there to block the shot. Borat passes it back to Rube. That was a chance for Walland. Penshaw needed to put that away to close the gap. Might not get more chances, considering the way that Asiania has played. And as Aloisi gets free and blocked by Lediver for a corner. Vince taking the corner. And dives in a lot, is again there to head it out. Dominant in the air, he's defensively, and that's offside. Time is running out here for Holland. 20 minutes left, the second half. Aloisi trying to shove off Norris here, but Norris gets the ball at the end of the day here. See if Wallen can make something out of this. this possession. Dives in a lot to Jeeves. Tries to find Penshaw, and Penshaw puts it down to Gerard, to Greer. Back to Gerard. You know he can cross. Finds Greer in open space and shoots it right onto the goalkeeper. Safe hands there from Rube to get that ball. Martinez for Asiania. Ryan with the long ball. Dives in a lot. Is there with the head again. Smallwood. Penshaw is trying to find some space. Smallwood finds Penshaw and shoots right on the Rube again. Penshaw tries to cross it for Smallwood, but Smallwood can't get there on time. Long ball to Aloisi, who just heads it on, and Anderson's there. Pick up the loose ball. Kaido blocked by Gerard. Jeeves to Greer. Holland has some more chances now in the second half. They know they need to score. Anderson out to Tacocat, to Letizier. Penshaw again, running free, breaking free. Penshaw, and it's 3-2. Penshaw with a great assist from Matt Letizier has taken Volland within one. We've got a game again. Volland just needs one more to tie it. Rube trying to stretch himself to get that ball, but could not do it. Anderson, long ball to Penshaw. Volland has some space. Letizier, they've got the momentum, and they put one more behind Rube. Cat with the cross to Penshaw, and Rube is there to hold it. Volland is feeling the pressure, and they're making the most of it. Martinez for Asiania. Finds Maximiliano. Kaido in space. Dives in a lot, is there for interception. And Greer just clears it back to the Asiania defenders. Valor. Borat. Wang Jihao. Liang Kuai. Martinez to Maximiliano. Back to Martinez. Finds Liang Kuai in space. Passes it back to Vince to Wang Jihao. Tries a shot. And it's a goal! Another great shot from the Asiania player. Now it's Wang Jihao just putting it into the corner. Anderson is trying to get there again, but just can't reach it. And we see there's too much space there for Jihao to just aim. Place the ball and just aim it right in the top corner. Anderson cannot get to it. And now it's back to a 2-goal lead for Asiania. Wallen needs some more momentum here, but it's the final minute as Aloisi gets the ball and Anderson saves it. Ref has to blow it. The ref has blown it. It's full time. Asiania wins 4-2 versus Wallen. Two great shots from outside the box from I believe it was Aloisi the first time and Jihao the second. That just was too difficult, too hard for Anderson to get his hands on. And a great defensive play or defensive game from the Asiania defenders, Borat and Valor, and the defensive midfielders Wang Jihao and Maximiliano, to secure the win for Asiania. You see that there's a lot of shots from outside the box, and 2 of them went in from Asiania here. And for Wallen as well, a bit outside the box were the 2 shots that beat Saran Tatsaral in the first half and Rube in the second half. But Asiania had possession most of the game. They had their patient build-up, as I've mentioned a lot this game, and it proved fruitful. A lot of dangerous chances, close chances, and Anderson just couldn't keep track of all of them. we will see Asiania advance to the semifinals tomorrow in the World Simulation Football Classic, as Walland unfortunately has been knocked out. But a valiant effort from the team with essentially only defenders, still getting off 2 goals in the quarterfinals and winning their group in the group stage. Valiant effort from all of the players in Walland. Henshaw here today with 2 goals to his name. Stood on his head, got some good chances, and plays two goals. Can't really say that was a bad effort, bad performance. But alas, it was not enough, as Asiania advances to the semifinals. Next up, we have the Baltic Sea Commonwealth versus the United States. So the left side of the bracket is being played first here. Baltic States, or not Baltic States, the Baltic Sea Commonwealth, winning their group with a win and a draw, while the US came in second in their group with a draw. With a win and a loss. The loss coming against Africa and the win against Alpine region. Going to be interesting to see how the US, or rather how the Baltic, is going to contain the strikers for the United States, as we see Tucker and Maple coming into play here together as the 2 strikers. We saw Tucker and Jeff Newman in the second game of the group stage, completely dominating that game with 2 goals each. And Tucker coming back here to play against the Baltic Sea. As I'm realizing that we might have some kit clashes, because these look like Montreal versus Hollywood. There might be some issues with the configuration file here. And Rob Tucker continues his form from the group stage. 45 seconds in, it's 1-0 USA against the Baltic Seas. I mentioned him in the pregame here. Tough to contain. 2 strikers. Mayhem just crosses it in. Tucker gets into space and places it. Corner. I might have to take a look on the on the kits here at the break here we're gonna have after this game. See if there's a way to get the proper kits in this game. The US again with Funyuns. Tucker with some speed. Brooks Patron is there to cover the angle, and Tucker just shoots it wide. Goal kick for the Baltic Seas. Lind just holds the ball, passes it out to Järvinen. Finds Häkkinen. Very slow build up here from the Baltic. Häkkinen again. Back to Lind. Cross to Pinkman. Finds Telly in the middle. Back to Söderberg. Pinkman. Pleasureman. Runs in. Finds Telly. Gets dispossessed, but Ibrahimovic gets a shot off, but Costanza is there to block this. Nothing comes from that throw-in as the United States gets back the ball. Tucker, with some speed, outruns Brooks Bethune, but Brooks Bethune is there to cover the angle and gets the slide tackle deflected off of Tucker, and it's a great defensive actions there by Brooks Bethune running back to cover Tucker's offensive run. Mayhem, throw into Human, Funyuns, Lightning, back to Costanza. Tries to, I don't know, shoot, clear, but it hits the player, and Ibrahimovic is back with some space, and it hits the crossbar. It beats Kanders in goal, but it hits the crossbar, and the Baltic Sea still has one goal to get back into it. Next highlight gets to the United States. Mayhem finds a cross to Tucker, but Brooks Bethune is there to block the shot. Baltic Sea defenders has learned their lesson to try to contain Tucker, as it's just a pinball of balls in the air or pinball of headers right now. Baltic Sea with 68% possession, but no real shots to their name from that possession. The US with 2 shots on target, one of them a goal, and they have really made their chances work quite plainly with the goal by 45 seconds into the game. And once you're leading the game, you don't necessarily need many more goals. You just have to contain the game. And we see that the Baltic has had possession usually in the middle of the pitch, and you don't really score that many goals from that area. So they need to find some way to get the ball higher up, find some ways to get the ball into the box, and give Ibrahimovic or Pinkman or Heikkinen some space to find a shot. The US just needs to do what they're doing. They got some good chances in the first half. Just need to continue that. And we will see some changes to the US team here. We have some subs coming in, as Nicolas Guerri is subbing Heather Bull, and we have Tom Cruise subbing Dogwood Maple. Have some rotation even in the knockout stages here for the US. Too many active players, so they need to. So 2 subs coming in for the US, and we will see if they can make some impact, hopefully in the positive sense for the States, to increase the lead, make it a safer one, as Jarvinin drives up the ball and gets rocked by Mayhem, and Jeremiah comes up to take the free kick. A dangerous position, but man just heads it out. Jeremiah gets the ball back. Jarvinen finds the cross, but Constanza reacts and clears the ball up to Tucker. Tucker with some speed, but gets dispossessed by Pleasureman. Baltic Sea needs something more. They got a shot on target, according to the match stats. As Telly with the cross and a header, and it's a goal. That did not look dangerous at all, but it was too far away from Kanders. And Telly with a header just outside, or just inside the box, rather. Just out of the reach of Kanders, and it's a tie game. We have a tie game again. Now the US needs to score. Now the US needs to rely on Tucker again. And we see Jarvinen picking up an injury. Mayhem. Funyuns. Mayhem again. Back to Funyuns. Mayhem. Switch the ball to the other flank. Man with finding Tucker. The cross. And Cruz is there, and Heretic with a great save off the crossbar. Just got enough onto it. Cruz finding that space behind the defenders and getting off the volley. But the Heretic read that play and got the shot off. The save. Telly with the free kick just over the bar. Just over the bar. Dangerous chances on both sides right now with 5 minutes left of regulation. 3 minutes of extra time. And that was extra time, apparently. So we have a tie game, and we need a winner. It's a single elimination knockout. So we're getting 15 minutes, 2 times 15 if I'm remembering correctly. And the winner after these 2 times 15 minutes will advance to the semifinals. If it's still tied after these 2 times 15 minutes, we have a penalty kick, penalty shootout. I think that's what you call it. Yeah, penalty shootouts. We have penalties, at least, to determine the winner. Some good shots here from both teams in the second half. Aimo Telly with the best performance, getting that tying goal back from with the header, resulting in these extra time in this quarterfinal. Just kick off. The first half of extra time, US with possession. Lightning to Knight to Costanza. Man, trying to find the spaces in the middle here to get the ball forward. Tucker to Lightning, back again. Trying to see if they can find another way. Back to Costanza, and the highlight is over. Onions with a free kick in a dangerous spot, tries the shot and just over the bar. Very similar to the shot by Telly. A bit further out maybe this time, but still the same result. Just above the bar. You can see that Jarvinen's injury they picked up in the second half really has taken a toll on their stamina. A lot of tired players here now in the extra time. And it's halftime in extra time. Okay, that's why nothing's happening. And now we start the second half of extra time. Still 1-1. Still needing to find one goal. At least one goal, at least. To determine who will advance. Onions also looking tired here. The central midfield of the US. No real highlights, and we're getting penalties. We're getting penalties. The first knockout game in penalties. Let's see here. Haven't really done this before, so we will just take the list from top to bottom. Sorted by Penalty kick. That. Here we go. And then we have the US. Also going to be just taking the order Football Manager gives me in terms of penalties here. There we go. Okay. Here. Let's just go into the penalties. The US starts. Hugh Mann stepping up against Elmis the Heretic. And securely places it in the bottom left corner. Brukspatron stepping up against Kanders. Goal to tie it. Secure again. Finding the position where Kanders cannot be. Tom Cruise coming up against the Heretic. Coming up. And it's a crossbar. It hits the crossbar. And the US are down 1 goal. Söderberg. If she scores, the Baltic Sea is ahead. And she does. Söderberg is no longer the chief penalty misser. He's actually scored a goal. Costanza needs to beat the Heretic. And the Heretic saves it. The US are now down by 2 in case Jeremiah scores. Anders needs to save it. And he does not. Jeremiah places it in the corner. Anders is there but doesn't get enough on it. Or rather, goes to the correct way but doesn't stretch himself out enough. Nicolas Guerri coming up against the Heretic. Guerri needs to score in order for the US to be there. And he does. The Heretic was there, but Guerri just got it out of reach. It's 3-2. If Henrik Lind scores against Kanders, it's over. Kanders needs to save. Or Lind miss. And Lind scores. Baltic Sea Commonwealth has won it in penalties against the United States. 4-2. After a quick start from the US, Tucker scoring with 45 seconds. Helly heading it in, a tying goal in the second half. And then nothing essentially happening in the extra time, and we got penalties. Brukspatron, Hugh Mann, Söderberg, Jeremiah, Guerri, and Lind, the scorers. Tom Cruise and George Costanza, unfortunately, did not, giving the win to the Baltic Sea Commonwealth and their advancement to the semifinals. You can say what you want about penalties, but it does bring some excitement into a single elimination knockout. As we head into the third game of the quarterfinals, Canada versus the Americas, or rather the Union of Central and South America, plus the Caribbean as well. We have a North American, or an American derby, you could say, with North and South America, or North and Central and South America coming in to face each other. The Americas, as we mentioned in the start, had advanced to the quarterfinals as their second team on the group with 0-0 in goals for and goals against. They drew both of their games against the Baltic and the North. No, not the North Sea. The Pyrenees. And will face off against Canada, who was the leading scorer, or with the leading scorer, Sky Rise, from the group stage here. So it will be interesting to see if the Americas defense will be able to put some or withhold the pressure from the Canadian offense this game. We see Canada facing putting in a 4-1 or 4-3-3 tactic, as well as the Americas with two defensive midfielders instead of two central midfielders, as Canada is doing. Hopefully we get some more excitement here in this matchup. As we just settings. Guinard with the free kick, and Rise continues to do whatever he is doing from the group stage, and it's a goal. Oh, right, forgot about the kits. Someone remind me before the next game to try and fix the kits if I can find some easily. But Rise, 1-0 Canada. The offense of the Canadians continues from the group stage, and the Americas has just conceded the first goal of the tournament with the Rise header. Williams with another cross to Rise, and just outside the net. You can never be too safe when a cross comes in, as it does here again, and Kerrigan gets his safe hands on the ball. Rise is one of the more prolific scorers of the SSL, especially in the air, as we've seen in this tournament and we've seen in this game. So Ramirez, Ruma, and Teixeira are going to have to keep an eye on him throughout the game. He can also pass to Cortez, who comes in, and Kerrigan deflects it for a corner. Guinard with the corner, but Ruma heads it out. Bailey Dialli, the lone striker for the Americas. Highlight is over. Throw in for Canada again. Laurent. Cortez. Finds a cross to King. It's off the bar, and Rise again on the head. Kerrigan gets that ball away. Good recovery from Kerrigan there to get the rebound that just landed on Rise's head, but not in the net this time. Ramirez or Teixeira to Cortez, intercepted by Cortez to Canada. Tries a cross, a long cross. Rise heads it right into the safe hands of Kerrigan. Corner to the Americas. Let's see if they can do something on a set piece here. Guerra hits it in, and Teixeira was there, but heads it just wide. Nothing really scaring Brickwall Jr. in net. Anton Nunez to Vukovic, back to Ramirez. Finds Guerra, but Williams is there, but Possible gets the ball again. Back to Guerra. Possible looking for that cross into the box. Munoz, Inclán, Dialli. That surely is offside. Yes, that is offside. Dialli was a bit too alone there behind the defenders. Flag went up. Ramirez tries to find Dialli. Clearance by Lexington. Just to Ruma, who finds some space. Out to Possible. Possible with some speed. King is there, blocking everything, but crosses it in to Ali, who finds third angle and beats Wall Jr. and gets a tie game once again. Those crosses along the goal line or along the end line are definitely dangerous. Dialli just outpaces Lexington, finds the volley, and beats Wall Jr. on his left. First shot on target for the Americas, and that went in. You don't need many shots if you can place them as Dialli did. Had a lot of shots, or a couple of shots here, as we can see, that were blocked. I believe the cross in the middle here means that it did not go, or not, sorry, it did not go on target. That's what the crosses mean. Whereas Canada had a couple of more shots, and Rice's header is the lone goal for Canada. And best performance, Sky Rice has won all of the headers that he has attempted. So definitely a danger in the air here for Canada in the second half. Not a lot separating the teams except for the shots on goal. The expected goals are somewhat equal. Not a lot of high danger chances. It's just that if the Americas wants more goals, they need to get the shot on the net. They cannot just wait for it to be or shoot it wide or get it blocked. They need to actually put it on the net. See if they can manage to do that in the second half. We will not see any changes to either team. We'll run with the same formation as they have and same players as they have in the first half. We will just get right back on it. Something like that. Nunez gets dispossessed and Canada retains possession. Next highlight is Americas again. Low build-up passing here. Possible. Finds some space. Finds Guerra with some space. Even more space. Looking for the cross to Inclán. Tries a long header, but Wall Jr. is there to just get the ball. Then Nunez looking for the cross. A long cross. Guerra on the opposite side of the box. Back to Possible, who tries a shot with the left foot. I believe Possible is right-footed, and that was a very weak shot that Rick Wall Jr. was able to gather up very easily. Nunez, Vukovic with some speed. Has some players up in the middle of the pitch here. We can find them. Nunez thinking up. Another cross. Vukovic. And Garfield gets that interception. Guerra out to Possible. Inclán with the shot, but it's blocked. Nunez, Vukovic. Nunez. Ramirez with the shot, Lexington blocks it. A lot of Canadian defenders between the ball and the net. Rick Wall doesn't have to do anything in those situations. The Americas with a corner, another set piece. Can they do something with it? Lexington is there to head the ball away to safety. Munoz finds Possible. Back to Munoz, to Ramirez. Inclán out to Guerra, but Williams intercepts it. King with some speed. Into the middle with Rise, trying to outrun Munoz. Cortez is there on the opposite side, tries to find Cortez, and the header is just above the bar. Just above the bar. Rise can not only hit it, he can also cross it. But probably needs to be in the middle to make use of his height. Compared to Cortez, who's quite small in comparison. But then Cortez, can maybe she find Rise? And she does, and it's a goal. It's 2-1. The Rise-Cortez link did not work one way, but it worked the other way. Cortez finding Rise, getting ahead of Ruma and Teixeira, and heading in 2-1. Sky Rise with his 8th goal of the tournament. Just getting out, just getting above and just pushing away Ruma in that position to just angle the ball into the open net past Harrigan. And Canada is on their way to the semi-finals from the looks of it. Get out to Possible. Possible with some space. No defenders trying to get that header to Inclán. Across to Inclán with the header, and Wall Jr. reads that and gets the save. Renard with the corner. Harrigan gets up to punch it, and Vukovic gets the ball. And the Americas counter. 20 minutes left. Vukovic back to Munoz. There's not really a counter anymore as Canada has gone back, but Guerra finds some space. And Vercetti is there to clear it right back into the Americas' possession. Guerra again with a shot. Williams there to block it. Now Canada can retain possession. Ramirez finds Nunez, sorry. Gets the ball back. Now it's Munoz. Back to Ruma. Possible. Guerra. Williams trying to cover the angle with a slide tackle. Guerra just stops and goes back. Inclán finds Nunez in some space. The cross into Guerra, and it's a goal. It's a tie game again. Nunez finding Guerra with a great low cross. And Brickwall Jr. has nothing to say as Guerra just beats his man and gets in a great position to score. Laurent and Williams did not read that cross. Guerra was there. 2-2. Two minutes left of regulation time. See if we can get another knockout round here, or knockout game here with some extra time and maybe some penalties as Canada has possession. Maybe the final chance that they have. And the Americas takes it back. Okay, can they counter? Can the Americas get the winning goal here? Possible. Guerra needs someone in the middle to cross to. Possible again. Tries to lob it, but just over. Just over. Final attempt now, maybe. Ruma He's just running. Passes it to Inclán, to Dialli, to Vukovic, to Ramirez. Nunez in some space. It went well the last time, and the cross to Dialli, and the shot is just wide. And another game going to extra time. 2 out of the 3 games that we've seen so far has gone to extra time. The Canada and the Americas tying it, or the Americas rather, tying it late into the second half with the goal by Nicolas Guerra, pushing the game into extra time. Canada not really being able to do anything. Maybe just one more chance after their leading goal there by Rise, and the Americas just took over the game after that point. But the Americas has the momentum. The Americas has now more goals, more expected goals than Canada as well, with more shots. A lot more of the shots coming from outside the box, so maybe a bit less dangerous chances. We see that Canada's shots coming in the middle of the net, or in the middle of the box rather, with the 2 goals by Sky Rise. The Americas has the momentum. Let's see if they can continue and make something out of that momentum now here in extra time. We will see starting off right away. Of Laurent passing it to Cortez, to Sherwood, and Sherwood just passes it out to an Americas throw-in. Seven minutes into the extra time, Americas with possession on the offensive side. Nunez has had some great crosses now in the game. Tries to find Guerra again. A long cross down to Inclán, but blocked by one of the Canadian defenders. I did not see who. Canada is on the defensive now. Hasn't really been any Canadian chances. Oh, and we're at halftime in extra time as well, so we can start that off again. Like I said, Canada hasn't really been getting any real chances now in extra time. In the Americas that we've seen with the highlights. So definitely the Americas with the momentum here. And we see another extra time essentially just being nothing. Maybe the Americas or Canada can come up with something now with the possession in the offensive half. Lexington out to Laurent, to Sherwood, to Cortez. The shot, and Kerrigan just saves it. Gathers the ball securely. A lot of tired players here. And again, we will see penalty kicks. And again, we will just order everything as Football Manager gives it to us. Canadian penalty kickers. And then we have the Americas. There we go. I don't know what's happening here, but we have Dialli stepping up. First shot against Brickwall Jr. And it's a goal. 1-0 the Americas. taking taking the baton, as you would say in Swedish. King needs to score. And he does. Kerrigan is there. It's very close, but King just enough power to get it back, to get it behind Kerrigan, and it's a tie game again. Munoz. And it's another goal. Rick Wall is there. He's reading the ball correctly, but just can't get enough to push himself over there. Skyrise, the second Canadian penalty. And it's a goal again. Kerrigan is there, but can't get enough strength behind the strength in his hands to get the ball. Inclán. Another good goal, another good penalty kick, far enough from Brick Wall to make it 3-2 the Americas. Let's see if Chouinard puts it in the same place as the other two Canadians. But he misses. It's, I don't know, it looked like it was above the goal net. Above the goal. As we see Kerrigan stepping up to take the third or the fourth penalty for the Americas, and it's a goal. Goalkeeper goal and the penalty kick. So Kerrigan scoring 4. The Americas making it 4-2. Canada needs to reduce the space, or rather, they need to score. Williams stepping up. And it's a goal. Another one of those powerful shots right on the left side on the goalkeeper. But Kerrigan is there, but Kerrigan can't get to it enough. Possible for the 5th penalty kick for the Americas. If she scores, the Americas advance. And she does. She does. Brick Wall is there, but can't get his hands enough on it. And the Americas advance. Beating Canada. What was it? 5-3 in penalty kicks. Sky Rise with 8 goals in the tournament is not enough. Goals by Nicolas Guerra. No, not Nicolas Guerra. Guillermo Guerra. And Bailey Dialli from the Americas. Tied the game and got it to penalty kicks. And as we've seen in these 2 recent games, anything can happen in penalty kicks. So the Americas advance to the semifinals alongside the Baltic Sea Commonwealth. And I forgot what the result was in the first game. Sorry. But we have at least 2 teams and another team as well. I can't remember which one. That has advanced to the semifinals. And we are now looking at the 4th and final quarterfinal coming up between Africa, the United African Federation? Yes, that's the name we had. And the North Sea Commonwealth. But before that, I'm going to take a small break and try to fix the kits. I will be right back. I believe I figured that out. I believe and I have fixed it. So let's go to the match and see if it actually has been fixed. We see Africa facing off against North Sea. Africa winning their group with two relatively clear wins, 2-1. The score looked a bit tighter than maybe the gameplay was. And the North Sea coming in second in their group, losing to Walland. And no, the kits have not been fixed. Okay. So that is something that I will need to look into prior to the semi-finals here. Why that is. We have the African Federation in the colors of Athenai, and we have the North Sea in the colors of Tokyo right now. Africa, like I said, dominating their games, the group stage, whereas North Sea barely lost to Walland and managed to get in their other game, coming in second in that group. Yarrow to Adamu. Casual. Back to Rashford. Africa trying to build up some play here from the midfield. Rashford to Uri. Jan. With a long shot just above the bar. And we saw the Asiania players scoring from that position. Jan might have been taking some pointers from the Asiania players, but alas, it was not goal. And we saw a corner there from the North Sea leading to nothing. The colors here are messing me up a bit here. Tokyo at times. We have Africa again with a long ball out to Ansha. Cross to Casual, who heads it above. "30 minutes in, and it's only been 2 shots on target, 1 for each team. North Sea seems to be able to contain the African offense, as we see Tato. Ansha with the cross to Casual. Gunnarsson is there. Safe hands by Gunnarsson. Africa clearly leading possession, 61% to 39%. But the North Sea defenders seem to be taking away all of the offensive chances. As Dian gets a corner to Yarrow, who heads it to Casual, and he hits it off the post right into Gunnarsson's lap. Long ball to O'Rourke. O'Rourke with some space, gets past Zerhuni. Sterling dives long before the shot even comes off, but Zerhunis comes back to block the shot for a corner. Pedersen at the corner. North Sea. Sterling, safe hands. Nesse up to Godmuffin. As Nesse runs along the line. O'Rourke and Muffin trying to find the channels to move into. Mertz gets Paul in an open space. Tries to lob shoot the keeper, but Sterling reads that perfectly and just jumps up and catches it. And that was the first half of this final quarterfinal game. Not a lot happening. Combined, they have an expected goals of 1, and we've seen only 3 shots from Africa on target and 2 shots from the North Sea on target. None of them in any real high danger of going in. Maybe the one off the post there was the closest one, the corner, where Casual got a header from, I believe it was Dian, but just shot it off post. Faradian of the African midfield with the best performance here in the first half. Lots of passes, and we see Africa dominating the possession as well as during the first half. A lot of it coming into the midfield, so I guess that's where all of the passes are going. And Faradian's best performance rating here. They need to find some space. They need to find Bobby, to find Casual, to find Tato in the open spaces to get some more shots on goal. And the North Sea just need to continue what they're doing defensively and maybe try to find some of the rushes that we've seen O'Rourke and Muffin doing to get some offensive chances them as well. We will see a substitution from the African Federation. We have Sami Buhum coming in place for Pat Tato as the left attacking midfielder. So Africa is one of the other teams that has a lot of active players. And as such, we have these halftime substitutions. North Sea will see the same team, same formation coming into play for the second half. As the North Sea kicks it off. Washburn to Paul. Oh, we actually have African kits. Rashford and Casual are playing in the African kits, whereas the rest of the team are not. Buhum as well is playing in the African kits. We have 3 kits on the field right now. Interesting to the players to determine who's who. As Buhum dispossesses Nessie. Finds Ansha. As it's back to Sirhuni. Once again, we see the passing plays in the central midfield here for Africa. Peterson with a long throw in to Paul, who heads it right back into African possession. Casual, a long ball to no one. North Sea defenders. Fink covers it, takes it back. Juliusson, Maxwell. Nessie with some space, with some speed, passes it to Ansha. And Africa has possession again. To Dian, to Jure, to Rashford, to Zerhuni. Ansha with the run. To find a cross, he cannot. Passes it to Buhum. Buhum find a cross for some space. Finds Dian with the shot. And Gunnarsson with just enough on it to push it away for a corner. Dian again with those long shots, trying to mimic the shots from Asiania earlier today. As he hits a corner, but Gunnarsson is there to really take it. North Sea with a throw-in, dangerous position. Maxwell, Nessie, to find a cross, she does, but just too casual. Ansha clears it. Way off his line as a defender, but finds Paul. Nothing to Paul, but Sterling is there to cover that. Ansha to Buhum. Jure. Rashford. Casual. Ederson is there, trying to block the cross. Adamu. Back to Rashford. Casual. And Pedersen is there to block the shot as well. Great defensive plays there for Pedersen to cut off the angle for both the cross and the shot. Casual not being able to do anything offensively so far this game. Nesse finds Muffin with a cross to Paul. Needs to shoot. Pedersen to shoot. Sterling with a one-handed save for a corner. We have 15 minutes left of regulation time. And it's still 0-0. Still no goals. 4 shots on target for each team. Africa still leading possession, but has not really anything to show for it compared to as Bohum gets to Casual and heads it in. Is that a goal? It's offside? What's the ref doing? It's a goal. Yeah, it's a goal. It's a replay for a goal. I don't know what the ref was doing, but yeah, it's a goal. Casual heads it in. Right offside. Yes, definitely. Casual is on the line, but just gets enough separation there from Pedersen and heads it in into the open net. North Sea needs something. They have 1 minute left. But it's Africa who has possession. Rashford to Casual. Just passes it out. Maxwell with the clearance to Jarrow. Goes to nowhere. Africa retains possession. Fiore to Dian. Nesse reads that ball. Muffin. Juliusson. This is their chance. They need something. They have 15 seconds left. Juliusson. Back to Gunnarsson. Need to push it up. Washburn decides to do it himself. O'Rourke tries to get a through ball to Muffin, but Muffin doesn't read it, and the ref blows for full time. Africa advances from the late goal by Casual. Great assist, great cross by Sami Bohum to find Casual just behind the North Sea defense. And places it behind Alexandra Gunnarsson in the North Sea net. Another close game. Decided not by penalties this time, but by one late goal in the second half. Africa having the possession all the game. North Sea putting off a stellar defensive performance. But finally, Casual managed to get ahead and get a goal. So Africa will join Baltic Sea Commonwealth and the Americas. And if I remember correctly, it's Oceania that advanced to the semifinals of the World Simulation Football Classic. That will continue tomorrow. And I believe the draw is also going to be announced that time. Rather, we can maybe see it right now after this game. Let's see. Okay, we need to wait a bit for the draw, but here we see the results of today's games. We have Oceania winning 4-2 against Walland. We have the Baltic Sea Commonwealth winning in penalties over the United States. We have the Americas winning in penalties over Canada. And then finally, we have the United African Federation winning 1-0 over the North Sea Commonwealth after a late goal, most recently here by Casual. So Africa, Oceania, the Baltic Sea Commonwealth, and the Americas will be in the draw for the semifinals. And we see here the draw. We see that the Americas will face the Baltic Sea Commonwealth, and Africa will face Asiania tomorrow in the semifinals. I will try to get the kits working until then, but I've been Canadice, and I will join you again tomorrow, and maybe with some backup here for the semifinal matchups of the World Simulation Football Classic. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow.